What's up, guys? So this is more of an impromptu video. This has been a question or just a topic that I've been getting a lot lately, so I figured I'd make a quick video and cover it. Not me personally, but I've had a lot of people and or clients ask me, how do I set up my macros? They have the numbers, how do I distribute them throughout the day? So I figured I'd use myself as an example and kind of walk you through my thought process on when I eat, why I eat then, and essentially just anything that goes into that. So here they are, real quick. So my daily calorie goal is 3,000 calories about. Main goal right now, I'm just starting a massing period. Protein is 150 grams. That I believe is just about 2 grams per kilogram of body weight. Carbohydrates are at 450, fats are at 67, which is just over 0.4 grams per pound, I believe. It was about 20% of my daily calorie intake. Essentially, there's the protein and the fats were the main two that I figured out, and then the carbs kind of fell where they fell. My first meal is my biggest meal of the day. It's breakfast. I'm always the hungriest, and I've probably been eating the same breakfast for a good amount of time, a few years now. My college roommates can attest to that. Eggs and oatmeal, essentially spiced up a little bit with some spinach in it. And then the oatmeal is just very easy for me to digest and it sticks with me. I can eat that and I'll probably stay full for about 3-4 hours. So that's my biggest meal, which takes up 820 calories. And it's easy for me to having to eat quite a bit of calories, it's easy for me to knock out a big chunk in the beginning of the day. If you have a little lesser and you're not that hungry in the morning, maybe backload it some, so it's more so at like the later snack times, dinner times, maybe even lunch at the earliest. Myself, I just really like breakfast. So 44 grams of protein, 92 grams of carbs, and 30 grams of fats. And that's right around, I finish eating that right around like 6:30, 6:45 in the morning. I'll have a mid-morning snack, which is essentially either it's 2 types of fruits. It's typically a banana and an apple lately. It's really whatever I'm feeling. Sometimes I'll put my yogurt there. It all depends on really what I'm feeling that day, but this is just easiest for me, and that's about 49 grams of carbohydrates, 185 calories. And that's right at around like 10 a.m. or so. At noon I'll have my lunch, which is my second biggest meal. It's white rice, typically jasmine or basmati, and I've really been loving flank steak. I just learned this marinade. So I've been doing that, and that is 700 calories. It's 2 cups of white rice and 4 ounces of steak, and then some stir-fry vegetables. I'll put some soy sauce on there and stuff. Spiced up, basically like a stir-fry. That's my lunch. Not a lot of people can eat that big of a lunch. I know just because time constraints myself, I'm lucky enough to have time to eat that. This is about 3 hours prior to training. I try to train right around like 3 p.m. or so. It all depends on my schedule that day. And then I'll have one more smaller snack, which is typically an orange or 2 oranges right before I work out, probably about an hour, maybe a little less. Reason behind that is it's higher glycemic and it's very low in fiber, so it doesn't bloat me, and you get that sugar fix for it. It really just fills out the blood sugars in your bloodstream, obviously. It's not going to do too much for your glycogen, but basically it prolongs fatigue in my workout. And then I'll typically have a post-workout snack on my drive home. This is where the yogurt is. It all depends if I train earlier or later, or if I have a later client when I eat this. And this is typically 2 servings of yogurt and some fresh berries, typically raspberries and blueberries I've been liking recently, or strawberries. It doesn't really matter. And that is 29 grams of protein, 47 carbs, 0 fat, about 325 calories. So that's right post-workout. And then I'll have dinner when I get home. This varies. Typically all of this stuff is set out prior. I'm very much a creature of habit, so if I do it once, I basically know what I'm going to eat for the rest of the week. And that is normally about 500 calories, give or take 100 or so. And that's typically, it can be chicken or shrimp, some salmon every now and then, so the fats depend there. And right around like 50 to 70 grams of carbs, depending on what we have, if we have rice, potatoes, or pasta. Excuse me. And then fats are right around like 10 to 15. Like I said, this is a pretty lax meal of the day. And then afterwards I'll have a nighttime snack, and that's where I'll have a lot more fats and carbs. I don't remember what it was this day where I pulled it out of. Typically it's something along the lines of maybe yogurt or some sort of sweet thing that we have in the house. Really the last two depend upon how many calories I have remaining from dinner. And like I said earlier in this little video, I typically plan all this out prior, and I urge all my clients to do that, and pretty much anybody, so then you don't set yourself up for failure. So then you just have to look at MyFitnessPal and you know what you're going to eat. But I figured this was a good visual representation and timing of when I eat, if you want to take another look at that. If you guys have any questions about this or any comments, feel free to leave them below, and I will get back to you as soon as I can.